Yo, what is up, guys? Tom Wedding back here again in the Scale Hacks groups. It has been a while since I've done one of these live streams, so I thought I'd jump on and just share some cool stuff with you guys. Now, I hope all of you had a fantastic Christmas, fantastic New Year's. I know it was a little bit interesting because of COVID and whatnot, depending on what area you're in, whatever. So I hope you, first off, had a fantastic Christmas and a fantastic New Year's, and ready to crush 2021, right? Yeah, cool. So this video, I really want to talk about something that really doesn't get spoken a lot about in the business world, right? And it's really this whole idea of understanding self and consciousness, right? And I feel like this kind of stuff can definitely get tied up in, more spiritual kind of meanings. And a lot of people kind of steer clear of it altogether, right? Because they don't want to go down that journey of really understanding, who are we? Why are we here? What is our purpose? What is meaning? What is this? What is that, right? And a lot of people just don't want to ask those difficult questions, right? Because it's hard. I know it is. Because you have so many standards and so much you've been brought up with throughout your life that you just believe as the truth. And it's hard to ask questions that go against that sometimes. So in this video, I want you guys to be a little bit open-minded with this. I'm going to talk about some interesting stuff that can definitely help you on your journey here in business, right? But I think this video is more of a step back, right? Business is really the means to make things happen, but there's kind of a deeper rooted cause we need to get to inside here, right? What we think, what we feel, to really control ourselves to be able to take the actions we need to take in business to see the results we want to see, right? And first off, deciding what results we want to see as well, right? So that's kind of what I want to talk about in this video here, a little bit of purpose, a little bit about meaning, a little bit about how you can kind of use those things to really create a life of just pure fulfillment, right? Because I think that's really what a lot of us are chasing at the end of the day. We call it happiness or we call it this or that, but at the end of the day, it's just that feeling of satisfaction and fulfillment, right? And I think you really need to learn that doesn't come easily and it doesn't come in the way you just expect it either. So that's the first thing there. Now, so I think the first thing I want to touch on is life purpose. Now, that's a very interesting topic, and I feel like I said, not many people speak about this stuff because it's difficult to ask those questions, right? And I guess the main question you guys probably have had once or twice before is like, what is life purpose? What is my purpose, right? Is there some ultimate meaning in this universe, in this world that I am a part of? Or is this just a meaningless life and I create my own meanings, right? And that's for you to decide because I feel like there's no definitive answer, right? It's for something that you need to explore as your own self, right? That's not something that you can just watch a video and suddenly understand just everything, right? So I would be asking a lot of questions, watching a lot of videos, doing a lot of learning. I think it's really important to understand these things, like what is meaning, what is this world? What is this body? What am I, right? Asking all these like difficult questions, it's challenging to think like what the answers are, because you can give surface level answers like I'm a human being, I have organs, I have this body, I do what I want, right? But it's weird because then we're also beings that can perceive ourselves on a higher level, which is, that in itself is pretty amazing, right? We're not just the perceiver, but we're also the creator. So super interesting thing there. But yeah, purpose, back to purpose. I'm getting a little bit off track. And this video will probably go all over the place and it'll be messy. But I just want to kind of talk about these topics because I feel the need to talk about this. And I also want to kind of open some people's eyes up to these topics because a lot of people, like I said, don't talk about this stuff in business because business is very strategic. It's very, logical. It's focused on problem and solution, answer and questions. So I think by talking about some of these things might open your mind up to more possibilities and really understanding more about life as a whole and yourself as a whole, because that's really powerful. At the end of the day, your business is you. So if you can control yourself to its maximum capability, that's really powerful for you, right? Because I'm sure a lot of you have struggled with routines and habits and this and that, and identities and beliefs and all of these things, right? So that's why I think it's really important to kind of dive deeper into understanding yourself and your being and what you are and what this life is, because that really, if you can get to some kind of answer like I said, there's no one answer. I feel like everyone has a different answer, right? And if you can get to that level, I feel like it gives you a lot more clarity on how to control yourself, how do you create those routines, how to create those habits, how to create an identity that you're proud of and want to be, right? Because I feel like that's really what's going to help you to take the business actions you need to take, right? So purpose. Purpose, and again, these are my opinions, right? My opinions in this video. There's very many different perceptions people can have on this topic and these things. And I think purpose really comes down to what you set your meanings to, right? Now, for me, I believe that life is whatever you put meaning to, right? So for some people, that's drugs, right? Some people, that's being homeless and drugs. They may not realize it, they may not think it, but that's a choice that they made, right? Because they chose to believe the wrong things. They chose not to understand how this works or that works, or how they can get out of their circumstance. They just choose to accept it and stick with it, right? So some people live their life purpose as being a drug addict, being homeless, right? Now, it's important to note as well that that's not a forever thing. Like, your purpose and your mission can change like quickly. It can change instantly, right? And it just comes down to what you attach meaning to. So what is meaning? Well, meaning is simply what things mean to you, right? And mostly it's in terms of your survival, right? That's just natural wiring. I mean, I haven't done a lot of research. I'm still early in my journey on learning about this stuff. So this is why I kind of just want to talk about this, to open you guys' mind up a little bit, just so you can start the journey as well, because I've found this so beneficial to understanding how my mind works, and how I can control that more to really get the most out of this life. Because again, we have full power and control over what we attach meanings to, over what purpose we find in life, all of that, right? Which I find just incredible. So meaning, right? Meaning is really what creates purpose, right? Your purpose really comes from what you find meaningful in life and what you attach meanings to, right? And this goes way beyond just good and bad or right or wrong. Like, it goes way beyond those meanings that you attach to things, right? It's a lot more deeper, and I definitely recommend watching a couple videos. There is a good YouTube guy, I think his name's, can't remember what the channel's called. I think it's Actualized or something. Highly recommend checking that out. There's some really, really deep videos on there that will blow your mind. Like, I watched a couple of those videos and I just got messed up after that. I was like, what is life? What is this world? So I highly recommend doing that. But yeah, I think understanding that meaning is created by you, right? And there's a lot that goes into the meanings you create on things from birth, right? Being, surrounded by this environment, society, what people tell you to do, and this and that. You create meanings from those experiences, but you also have the power to create meanings yourself. And when you can kind of truly understand how to control those meanings and what you attach meaning to, that really determines what's important in your life and what isn't, right? And that really is when you can start going a bit deeper into finding purpose, right? Purpose is something that really transcends everything, right? It's something you feel driven towards just naturally, and it feels like you're creating this thing for no other reason than wanting to create it. That's all it is, right? It's just your creation, because that's really the beauty of this life, is we have the power to create what we want, right? Right now, you could go out and build a business, but you could right now also go out and work a full-time job. You have that choice. You have the ability to do either way, right? And as soon as you tap into that, powerful things happen, right? And as soon as you realize that, right, it's super powerful. So, like I said, purpose comes from what you attach meaning to. How you attach meaning to things is by understanding what meaning is, and really learning more about that, right? I'm not going to try and even talk about that stuff because it might fly over people's heads, and I'm still not fully knowledgeable on it. But I just wanted to share this just to give you some kind of like insights into, I guess, a little bit of purpose, a little bit of meaning, a little bit this, a little bit that. Honestly, this video is kind of just random, but I do want to open up some of you guys' eyes to just looking at and learning about the bigger picture at play here, right? Which is self, which is you as a being. Like, what are you? And I think it's important to start and keep asking these questions, because the more you understand yourself, the better your business is going to be, the better your finances, the better relationships. Everything's going to be better if you understand yourself to a deeper and deeper extent. So like I said, this isn't just going to come from one video. You watch one video and you're magically like so knowledgeable, enlightened, this amazing, passionate human being who has amazing life purpose and awesome meanings and all this stuff. It doesn't happen from one video or 1 week of just watching videos. It happens from like consistent effort and energy put into doing the work, right? It's not just watching the videos, but it's also asking yourself the questions and finding ways to go deeper into that, right? And truly trying to understand who you are, why you're here, creating that purpose, right? Creating the meanings you attach to things, right? Because we all have that choice, right? We have the freedom to choose how we want to create our life, what we want to create in our life. So I urge you to learn how to control that and how to do that. Because like I said, it doesn't just come from one video. But if this video is anything for you, I hope this is the catalyst that makes you realize that you do need to do more self-work, right? And it's not the mindset bullshit like, oh, I have to have these beliefs and identity to change my life and become an awesome business person. That's one part of it, but I'm talking about going deeper, like real deep, like into understanding yourself, understanding how things work, understanding the world, just going deep, right? Because when you can go deep on these things, the more you understand, the more clarity you can get on really how much control and how much charge you can take in this life, right? So, yeah, I know I just blabbered on, but I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. I'll be checking the comments, seeing all your comments, replying to all your comments, and yeah, I'm super excited to be on this journey of like, I don't know what to call it. I guess self-development, but it's deeper than that. It's really asking the right questions and seeking answers about life in general, right? Because I think that's really liberating and that's really true freedom. Because if you can understand how those things work, then business becomes easy, finances become easy, everything becomes easy. Because the only thing stopping you from building a business is yourself, right? Same with finances. The only thing stopping you from having as much money as you want is yourself and the actions you take. So if you can get in control of yourself, you can really control your finances, you can control your relationships, your business, your life, right? So that's why I'm super fascinated by that. And I would highly recommend you guys start doing the work, start learning. I will leave a link below to some guy's YouTube channel who I've found super helpful for these topics of speaking about things. But apart from that, I hope you guys all have a fantastic day, fantastic night, wherever you are in the world. Sorry if you found this video like out of place for this business group, but I feel like it's a very important thing to talk about. Like I said, no one really talks about it because it's not easy to ask those questions, right? Because we're all very stuck in our ways. We don't want to be open-minded and ask these kind of questions. We think we know everything. We always want to think we know everything. That's just the ego side of our mind speaking. But at the end of the day, guys, if you are constantly asking questions, you're going to constantly find new answers. So I would be 100% just trying to dig as deep as you can, trying to control yourself as much as you can, because that's really going to help you scale your agency, scale your business, and really crush it. So hope you found this video useful in some way, shape, or form, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out, my friends.